Hey guys, Matt here from Creating Diamonds Wedding Photography. I just want to start putting out a few kind of tips, hints for bride and grooms, future bride and grooms over the next however many days. You know, we're going to be stuck in for a while. I know that a lot of us have got work to carry on with, we're working from home, etc., etc. But I know that after speaking to quite a few couples over the last few weeks, I've definitely got some mixed views and opinions on stuff. So I want to kind of give out some tips. So I'm going to do one a day. Some of them are going to be really short. Some of them are going to be a bit longer than others because I do kind of go on a bit sometimes, which I can't help. But I'm going to try and keep it kind of interesting and a bit of food for thought for yourselves. So the first one I'm going to do today, which wasn't actually on my list until I did actually thought of it. Sorry, I did think of it a few days back. After all these conversations that I've kind of been having. And I think it's really important, guys, to whoever's getting married for 2021, in fact, anybody that's kind of, even whether it be a 2021 wedding, whether it be people kind of working last minute on stuff because, you know, they're a bit late in the day and sorting things out. I would really focus on this while you've got some additional time of you and your partners maybe together at home, at times where you can discuss stuff. And the reason why I say it is that me personally, I've had 6 weddings which are meant to be taking place, well, this weekend coming, some next month and some the following month. They've been moved to next year, okay? So what that basically means, and I'm not the only person who's going to be in this boat. You know, I've got a lot of friends who are professional photographers, wedding photographers. They're kind of finding it the same as well. There's an abundance of weddings being moved. Now, the problem we have with that is that I've also had brides contact me that they've had to change their date and move it to later on this year or kind of early next year, and their photographer's already booked out. You've got to remember, a lot of us kind of do book our weddings at least a year in advance, maybe a year and a half, sometimes 2 years for some people that are really kind of organised and want to get it out, kind of get the organisation out of the way. So what you're finding is that you're going to have venues that ain't going to have your dates if you have to move them or if you're leaving it last minute. You're going to find your photographers might be double booked because you've got to remember, we started booking next year's weddings. Well, I started the beginning of last year. And you've just had all these other wedding fairs that take place in the first quarter. So before kind of exhibitions and shows were closed down and stopped working. I mean, I attended 4 up till the beginning of March. Well, sorry, the second weekend of March. So 4 big wedding fairs. You're speaking to a lot of potential clients, a lot of bride and grooms. They're all looking to book for next year as well. So what you're saying, you're having, or what I'm saying is that you kind of have this influx of people that you've got all the people that are wanting to book their weddings for next year. Plus you've got all the kind of bride and grooms that, unfortunately, and my heart goes out to you guys. I know that my couples I've been speaking to are devastated. Are having to move into next year as well. So dates and venues, photographers, suppliers, you know, get onto it, guys. Don't sit there and think that this is all happening, the world's going to end, etc., etc., because it's not the case. We are going to get through this. It's going to be painful for a little while for us. It's going to be devastating for a lot of us personally, health-wise, financially wise, whatever it might be. But you've also got to remember that when we get through this, there's going to be an abundance of kind of positive stuff going on. People are going to be getting married. People are going to go out shopping. People are going to go back on holiday. You know, we're going to be stuck indoors for a little while. And, you know, people are going to, once this is all contained, we can get on with our lives and whatnot. So I think what I'm saying is my tip for today, and I'm doing that thing where I drag on, is don't sit back on it and just do nothing, because you will come unstuck. You really will. I mean, like I say, I know from my circumstances of people that have moved their dates, that are moving their dates for me, and other people trying to inquire. You know, it's gonna be tough if you leave it to last minute. So anyway, my tip for today is speak to your photographer, speak to your venue, get those sorted, make sure that you're on track for that. Obviously, speak to your other suppliers as well. I know there's a lot of them, but first and foremost, which is kind of always the way, your venue, your photographer, you know, make sure that stuff is kind of locked in, because nobody wants further disappointment. I think there's a lot of couples that have had so much disappointment recently and are going to continue to have that. I don't know, is it March, goes through April, May, I mean, I've had cancelled my March, April, May weddings, all cancelled. You've got June, July, which is going to be next. Are they going to be cancelled or moved? Should I say, not cancelled, moved? Potentially, we don't know. That's all going to have that big knock-on effect, guys. So yeah, anyway, look into it. This is probably my longest tip out of the ones I'm going to do, but look into it. Any questions, please feel free to let me know. creatingdiamonds.co.uk. Send me an email, check the website out, give me a call if you need to. But anyway, I hope this really helps and kind of gives you that little bit of a nudge to continue planning your amazing day. Take care, guys, and be safe.